How's it going, guys? Today I'm trying something a little bit different. I am recording my voice over the video that I had recorded earlier, so more of a commentary style video today. So my main goal for this video was to obtain my first Spino on Abberation. After gathering some materials, I began building the Spino trap, including 8 dino gateways and some walls and some ramps. I went out looking for my first Spinosaurus to tame. Most of the Spinos that I saw initially were low level, so I decided to keep looking. I finally found a level 145 Spino, which I was happy with the level, so I decided to start taming it. I tried to aggro it onto me by shooting it with a crossbow, but it ended up starting to fight other dinos near me. After killing the Ravagers that it was attacking, it started to attack me, so I started leading it over towards my trap. My Thylacoleo had a primitive saddle with 25 armor on it, so I was a little worried about the damage that it was taking in the water from the Spino chasing me. After leading the Spino to the trap on my Thylacoleo, I attempted to bring it and kite it into the trap, but it didn't go in. I decided to try to kite the Spino into the trap on foot, so I cryoed up my Thylacoleo and started shooting it. After realizing that I did not have any more trank arrows in my inventory, I went back to my base and got some more. Somehow the Spino had died while I was away, so I decided to take my frustration out on some trikes near it. While I was looking for some more Spinos to try and tame, I spotted a really cool looking tech raptor on a mushroom tree somehow. I started getting chased by some raptors, so I led them to the trap that I had built earlier. I finally found a pretty good Spino spawn, but I started getting attacked by a terror bird. After killing the terror bird, I started building my Spino trap. Just like the last trap, I used 8 dino gates, some walls, and some ramps for this trap. After finishing the trap, I began to shoot the closest Spino to me to get it to come towards me. I attempted to kite it into the trap that I had built, but it flew over it like a freaking Quetzal. It got stuck on one of my dino gates, so I decided to just keep shooting it. I shot the Spino with my primitive crossbow many times, but it still wasn't going down. I was finally able to kite the Spino into the trap, and I began shooting it at far distance away. After shooting the Spino many times, it finally went down and went to sleep. I saw an ovis and I decided to kill it for its mutton and its hide and pelt. After harvesting the ovis, I went back to the Spinosaurus and put some kibble in it that I got from a loot crate earlier to start taming it. While I was waiting for the Spino to tame up, I saw a bear and decided to try and tame it, but unfortunately I killed it accidentally. While wandering around on my Thylacoleo, I saw a few Ravagers that I wanted to try and tame. I decided to kite the Ravagers into my trap that I had built earlier to make the taming process easier. Before I started taming up the high level Ravagers, I killed the low level Ravager first. I started to knock out the first Ravager with my trank arrows. After it went to sleep, I started shooting the other Ravager. After a couple minutes of shooting, I finally was able to manage to knock out the second Ravager. I went back to check on the Spino that I was taming, and it was up. I decided to name it Green Lantern, because why not? While I was waiting for the Ravagers to be tamed, I found a high level Jerboa that I wanted to tame up. After punching the Jerboa a few times, it finally got knocked out, and I put some berries in it to tame it. It didn't take very long for the Jerboa to wake up, and I decided to name it S'mores because that's what it looked like. I noticed that the Jerboa's eyes was similar in color to my hair, which I thought was kind of cool. I spent the next 5 to 10 minutes trying to come up with a cool angle for my thumbnail. Once the Ravagers woke up, I decided to name them Sandy and Beach. On my way back to my base, I spotted a loot crate and decided to grab it. It ended up being a swimsuit bottom. I decided to throw it on before I logged off for the day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.